cans clattering, coals sparking, nicely decorated miniature plate, and a little 5-year-old me busily making weird combinations were all you would see the moment you came to my home. Hi guys! You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Louisa Danah and I create content on the international student life experience of students in France. If you love contents like this, I would love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a like on this video if you do like it, and leave a comment on anything you want me to talk about. And let's go straight into today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be reading my cover letter that I used in applying for my scholarship, and as I read, I'll be giving out tips that you can use to update your cover letter, improve it, and then make it something that can help you get into scholarship, even a job, a school, anything. Yeah, and I want to give please note that this is not a standard. Like, what I'm going to read is not a standard that you must follow. It's just an advice and an opinion, let me put it that way, that I read around and then tried to come up with something, and it helped me. I mean, it came out, it brought something good out. So yeah, it's not a standard, but it's like an advice. You can either take it or not. It's not like compulsory by force, please. So yeah, let's go straight into the video. So I'm going to be reading the essay from my laptop. Yeah, I'm trying to screen record my laptop, probably put it on the screen, but it's not working. I don't know how to go about it, but I'm definitely going to put whatever I'll be reading on the screen so that it will help my it will help the video. It'll help me bring out the information way better. Before I start, I want to give the first tip. Your cover letter shouldn't be a repetition of your CV. So most often, anytime they ask for a cover letter, most times they're also asking for a CV, and mostly people try to repeat whatever is in their CV in a story form in their in a cover letter, and that shouldn't be the case. Please don't repeat. In a CV, you state your experiences, things you've done. I did this, I did this, I did that. When you come to your cover letter, it's a chance to tell the admission team, the scholarship team, whoever, other things about you, things they cannot find on your CV. So please put that in mind. Your cover letter is a chance to tell them something they don't know about you, and so don't go and repeat your CV. Don't repeat. Like, I want to stress on this. That's the first tip. Don't repeat stuff. You could talk about one or two things, but don't just repeat everything in an essay form. No, that's not the right way to do it. Yeah, so that's the first tip. And secondly, let me start reading it. So when I find anything, I'll just talk about it. I want to give like a background to this essay. So I was applying for a scholarship from the Ghana Scholarship and French Embassy joined something in Ghana, and I was doing it for a master's in food science, and so I wrote it from a food science perspective, and I talked about my interest in the field and what I wanted to do and all of that. So if some of the things are not really like known to you, don't worry about it. I'm just going to give out the tips that you could apply in any kind of field and everything. So I'm going to start the introduction. Use tin cans. What? Use tin cans clattering, coals sparking, nicely decorated miniature plate, and a little 5-year-old me busily making weird combinations were all you would see the moment you came to my home. Yeah. So let me pause here. So this was my introductory statement. When I was preparing to write my cover letter, and I was reading different forms, templates, yes, different templates and examples of cover letter. You see, they begin by, my name is this, and I'm interested in this, and I want, no, please, like I said in the first tip, don't repeat what's in your cover in your CV. It's very likely that they know you, like they know your name. So I mean, you don't have to repeat your name as the first sentence in your cover letter. In my opinion, that's what I think, because most often it's on a percentage of like 90%. It's likely that your cover letter will not be read at all, or will not be read until the end. And so anything that you can do to catch the reader, to make sure that the reader reads your cover letter, to make sure the reader is able to find out how special you are and why they should go for you and why they should choose you, you need to catch their attention. And that's why the introduction shouldn't be like everyone's introduction. Don't go and talk about your name and I want to do this. No. Start with a story. Tell a story about who you are. Just start with mind-blowing, like just hit them. I don't know, like in any kind of story you would write, you want to keep the reader reading, so please like give it a very catchy introduction. So let me continue. And as little as I was, I never wanted any residue of food to ever go waste. So the third tip, I think the first tip was don't repeat everything in your CV letter, in your CV, in your cover letter, to keep your introduction very catchy. Keep it very catchy to keep the reader reading. And the third one is make sure your motivation. So your motivation in this case, I mean the reason why you are presenting this cover letter. For me is because I wanted a scholarship to study a program in food science. Okay, so let's say your motivation is something else. Make sure this motivation is clear and clearly stated right from the start of the cover letter. You don't necessarily need to state it clearly that I want to do this blah blah blah, but you could go the creative way and then tell a story to tell the motivation, but make sure your motivation runs through it. Like at every point in time, whoever is reading should know, okay, this is what the person wants and this is the person's motivation. In a way, like try to show your motivation at every point, because that's what pushes the reader to you. They want to know why you motivated, why do you need a scholarship, why do you want to come to this school. Make sure that motivation shows at every point in your essay or your cover letter. So as I said, as little as I was, I never wanted any residue of food to ever go waste. So in this line, I'm showing my motivation. I want to study food science. Precisely, I want to do like food product development. And so anytime I see things that I can use to do something, I will not let it go waste. I've told you there at that point. So like you have an idea that I've been motivated since the 90s. You understand like the points I'm trying to bring. Please show your motivation at every point. That's the third point. So I'll continue reading. So I remember saying to myself, why must this go waste when I can make something better out of it? So my little creative imaginative mind wandered around deciphering what to do with these foods. Whatever seemed edible featured in my cooking adventure. I would combine spices, nuts, starch foods to make different varieties of sauces and concoctions that I had to eventually figure out names for. Surprisingly, my family sometimes laughed my family sometimes loved my weird combos after tasting, and this motivated me to keep developing something special from what nature gave me from my mother's kitchen. Little did I know this was a natural calling leading me to be interested in food product development. I wasn't surprised when my mom asked that I contribute to product development ideas in her food small scale business. I read on ways to come up with new products and out of underutilized food crops. And again, people loved what I made. In this introduction, because I had in mind that it's likely that my CV is not going to, my cover letter, yeah, put CV, CV. My cover letter is not going to be read up to the end. I had this in mind, and so I wanted to make sure that I put everything you could know about me in my introduction, because I was telling a story, and as the human mind is made to listen to stories, to follow story, you're definitely going to finish reading my introduction. Maybe you won't read the rest, but the introduction you read. And so I try to put in everything you have to know about me in my introduction. So for me, I feel like though I didn't state everything emphatically, yeah, I didn't state like precisely I am this, I am this, I am this. But when you read this kind of introduction, I feel like it tells you about who I am, somebody who is so much interested in food product development that I am so curious about whatever I see, and I would go and look for what I can use this for. I am perseverance. I mean, I'm perseverant. Yeah, I've been doing that since I was born. No, since I was young, and till I got to wherever I am, I keep moving on. And then I keep giving it to people to try, like my enthusiastic love for what I do. I showed everything in the introduction, and that is what you have to do. Like, that is the meaning of showing your motivation at every point. And please have it in mind that because it's likely that this cover letter is not going to be read like till the complete end. Please do your best to put the best information about who you are in the introduction, not what you do, not what you've done, what you are capable of doing, lab technologies and all those things. Everybody can do those things. Like, people go to universities to go and learn these things, but tell them something special about you, because it's in this whole application process, I feel like you are the only unique thing. Just you are the only unique thing in the whole application process. So let's spend more time in building an introduction that tells them about you, and not what you do and how you do it, but let's tell about you, who you are, specially. So this week, I remember in class we had this we watched a video, a TikTok. I've forgotten the name, but I'm going to link it in the description box. So he was talking about good marketing strategy, where you don't need to sell the product about what it is or about how it works, but you're supposed to sell the why. And I feel like in a cover letter, you're selling yourself. You're telling them, hey, choose me, give the scholarship to me first, just me. And so to sell yourself, like, you have to tell them who you are, like, present yourself to them in the best way possible, early as possible. So in the best way possible and early as possible in the introduction, and later on you can add up other things. So if the reader is so interested and the reader wants to know more, he will continue. But even if he doesn't continue, you have made your points, I feel like. So yeah, after talking about myself, after giving them this whole introduction and making sure I've told them who I am and all of that, I now move on to like the technicalities, the formalities. Let them know what I have studied, what I've done in my whole food science background or whatever. So I didn't hesitate to study food science and technology for my first degree, an opportunity to expand my knowledge beyond my childhood experience. A project we once worked on in school revealed the unexpected correlation between raw produce and finished products on the market. So I started talking about like technicalities in the food science world and how that made me want to still do the food product development that I loved doing as a child. So if you are into IT, you can just give a story on something you did in class, on an article you read on the latest coding, whatever, finance world, just anything to like reiterate your interest, your motivation and your love for this field that you are going into. And then so I wouldn't read more into that. And then I went to the next paragraph where I spoke about the school that I got into. And so for this scholarship, applying for this, I needed to have been admitted in a school. So I spoke about the goodness of the school and what the school is going to do for me. and so they should make me go. Like, they should give me the scholarship so that I can go to this school, to let the school do those good things to me, to become a better person, to come back to my country and help. That is the thing. Mostly when, let me talk for developing countries, because mostly we are the ones that these scholarships come to. They give us these scholarships because they want us to come back to our countries and help. So please state it clearly, like in words, that hey, give me this scholarship so that I go to this good school to go and learn this and this and this, and come back and come back and help the country. If you are writing your cover letter, especially for a scholarship, please, this link, state it. Like, state this link emphatically. State it clearly. Boom, boom. Like, put it there. Put it there that when you give me this scholarship, I'll be able to go to this great school. I'm going to learn this and this and this. This school has this good facilities, this. And it's going to help me become this. And I can come back to Ghana and make Ghana the best place in the world. Like, tell them what they want to hear. Tell them. Exactly. So that's what I did in the next paragraph. I spoke about how good my school is, and when I go there, I'll become that and that, the skills I'm going to learn, and how that is going to help. So let me just read the conclusion of that paragraph. I said, studying here and also having internships in their companies will be an opportunity to learn those skills that make them better. Them, I mean the French people, in food product development. And then I can apply similar techniques in the development of Ghanaian food produce. So there and there, I'm telling them that I am all about Ghana. Like, I love my country so much. I want to go learn the good things and come back and help Ghana. So please, you need to state that, like, let them know that they're not going to waste their money on you to just go and live somewhere, but you go back. Yeah. And so after you finish telling them all of this, so this time you've told them everything about who you are and how that is going to help them. I mean Ghana, like your country. So you now come and start the, in quotes, begging process. So in the beginning, we all know you're applying. Yeah, is this the motivation letter for a scholarship? We are not going to tell them right away that you are poor. First of all, we've told them how great we are from the beginning of the world, how special we've been created, and we told them what moved us to study this field and how that is in line with our passion. We've told them that when you give us this money, we are going to be even more better, and then we'll come back and help our country. And so you start the official begging process in the last paragraph. And so I said, I come from a low economic background, and funding my education abroad will be impossible without a scholarship. And that's true. So even affording tuition in my local institutions hasn't been easy, but through hard work, I was able to save up money and cater for my tuition and basic needs. So yeah, I've described how difficult life is for me, and they need to give me the money. And I moved on to saying, as much as I would want to work to meet part of my cost in France, working part-time during studies would interfere too much with my schoolwork. So here I'm painting a picture of someone who is not lazy, who is not who is not begging without plans of like trying to cater for the tuition myself. So I'm trying to say, oh yeah, I want to work, like I'm so enthusiastic. I would love to work, hustle and pay my fees, but it might be difficult for me. And see, if you help me, I'll be glad. Yes, that's just what I did. And I was like, this scholarship is going to help me. So I try to summarize all the things I've said, reiterate it to them, and let them know how all these things relate to them, how their scholarship is going to help this possible. So I went like, this scholarship will assist me in achieving my goals through supporting my expenses to France. It will allow me have an excellent education in a beautiful country, as well as apply this knowledge to help cut down food losses in Ghana. So I didn't say help cut down problems, or I feel like you should be very specific. If you are doing a health something, maybe your project is on malaria, talk about it. Like, talk about the precise, problems are problems, and we cannot solve all the problems in the world. But when you state specifically that when you give me this money, I'll be able to go to this school and be able to come and reduce the specific problem, it paints a picture of you being like, you know what you're about. Exactly, you know what you're about. So help me cut down food losses in Ghana by developing sustainable and innovative food products. Likewise, by supporting my education, these funds will help me gain a better cultural understanding of the world around me. Stephanie, and yeah, I'll be so grateful to receive a scholarship. Thank you so much for your consideration, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. So yeah, this was my cover letter last year. I really feel like it's a bit bulky. It's kind of too much. Maybe I could have just said some of the things in smaller words, but I feel like if this was able to at least land me in a full scholarship, you could pick up some tips from this video, and I hope it was helpful. I really hope it was. So let's see if I could give a recap. Please don't repeat from your CV in your cover letter. Don't repeat the same information. Let your cover letter be so special to you. Let it tell them about who specially you are. Give a very catchy introduction. Show your motivation at each point, and try to be creative about it. Try as much as possible. Don't kill yourself, but put in much effort, energy into writing your cover letter. And I believe it's going to be great. If you put in the energy, it's going to be great. Yeah, and I forgot to add one thing. When you're done writing, the format to which you present your cover letter is also very important. There are templates that you import your written cover letter into so that it makes it look so presentable. Something like Novel Resume has services like that. You could just type in, copy and paste from the Word document into that, so that it gives it a beautiful appearance. I'm going to put pictures here of what I mean by that. And I feel like that gives it like a professional look, and it adds up some spice. It makes them know that you are okay, like you take notes of even the little things. You're just trying to make this a better experience for them. It's much more better than submitting your cover letter on a plain Word document. And on this template, you get to put your name, you get to put your telephone contacts, your email address, other websites they could reach you on, either your LinkedIn address, if you have a website. It's like you can add everything, and you can properly address whoever you're sending this motivation letter to and everything. So you could look at that. And please, the last tip is to proofread your cover letter as many times as you can. Give it to other people, trusted people. People that will give you good recommendations. But as you keep sharing it to people to read, make sure it doesn't lose the originality of who you are. Sometimes when you give it to someone to read, they give an advice, but when you keep on taking advices, the whole thing could end up being not you, and maybe it wouldn't be so great. So make sure it keeps the originality of who you are, but you try to give it to other people to proofread, maybe grammatical errors and some things they need to correct. Yeah, I know this video is getting long, but I want to give you every detail so that you will be able to come up with something very good. So I know you're watching this to apply. As you start writing your cover letter, I want to wish you all the best, and you're going to get a scholarship, okay? Just relax and have fun. Thank you for watching up to the end of this video. I hope you loved this video, and I hope you're going to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment on anything you want me to talk about, and leave a comment on anything you think about this whole cover letter writing. If you have any advice, you can leave it in the comments. Even for me, maybe something you think I didn't do well and I could correct in my future life coming, you could leave it in the comments. And yeah, merci and atu.